Hey, Chris Bosley here. I live at 126 Croydon Avenue, New South Wales, Australia, and in a building owned mostly majority by the Anglicans, by the Anglican Church, and it's used to house Moore Theological Bible College students that go to study the Bible here at Moore Theological Bible College. So most of the people in this building are, almost all of them are Anglican, Presbyterian, and Baptist. One of those three Bible college students, or maybe a few other affiliations, but mostly them. So since I've lived here, there's been massive amounts of attacks on us. We've been harassed. Evidence suggests to me that they want this unit as well, so they harass us to try and get us out. I put up a video of the property manager and his #1 bully trying to harass us, and it goes on and on a daily basis. There's another douchebag that lives here. I call him Nine Toes. I can guess why. And he's in the Anglican pocket. I think he has a relationship with the property manager. I think he has a relationship. He's been here for 10 years. I think he has a relationship with the property manager of the Anglican Church of Moore Theological Bible College. You know, that's what I think from what I've seen and what I've heard. I was told by a student that they had a relationship, and from the evidence I see, I tend to agree. So since we've lived here, it's been massive attacks. So I made a video previously about how when I removed the battery, the date goes to 2010, January 1st, 2010. And I just removed the battery, and you can see that in when you go into here into accounts, you see 2010 January 1st, and if you look at the date up here, it's Friday the 1st, January. So the date takes January 10th, and another oddness, which is I think related to attacks on our computer, because the USB takes this date, is January 1st, 1970. That's the epoch date. As you can see, I can't open these because my phone's not rooted. However, these attackers, these Anglicans and their friends, and I say they're friends because there's several people involved. It's not just, one person. It's not just 2 or 3 people. It's several people. And like I said, they even may get Nine Toes to run a script every now and then, walk by and run a script now and then, or get Nine Toes Step Kid to run by and run a script every now and then, or jam a signal, or whatever, as long as it's, harassment, as long as they're making it uncomfortable for the people in this unit. The intention is, like I said, to get rid of, when we first moved in here, to get rid of the people in this unit, because they want to buy this unit, because they want to own the whole building. They say no, that they don't want to do that, and they're covering up their ass, and they're backpedaling now. Since I've been very vocal about this, they're saying no, we don't want to buy them. We got other things that we got our money into. We're buying this property, and we're buying that property. We never bought these units. But I mean, it wouldn't take much, to get one of their people in their church to buy it for, put it in their name. I mean, they do it all the time. Vanda Gould put millions and millions of tax money offshore to evade taxes. Vanda Gould is an Anglican accountant. They do stuff like this all the time. They're always hiding their money. They're always hiding who owns what. So as you can see, it's still January 1st, and I'm online. Now, every time I went online before, it would immediately turn the date to the present day, and that's because somebody else was controlling this phone. But I uploaded a video yesterday, so I think maybe that had something to do with it. But also, I'm also on battery saver, so maybe that has something to do with it, because it reduces background performance. So maybe when that's on, they don't have as much room in the background to put their little microsystem. Oh, someone's up. I heard a bang, so someone's up. So anyways, that's the date, and the reason why I'm talking about this is because in settings before, I had date and time always set to off. And even though it was set to off, I've shown this in videos before, even though it was set to off, when I went online, it would automatically turn to today's date. That means something else is controlling this phone and controlling these settings. That means these settings are not true. What I see here says off, but it was not off because every time I went online, it was connecting to something else. That means someone else was controlling this phone. I was connecting to some other machine, or some other machine was controlling this phone. So this phone was probably mirrored on Games Full Flea's computer, and he was watching everything that I did as I thought all the time. But now he's pulled out. He had a temper tantrum last night, so maybe he was told not to bother me so much or something, and I don't know. It could be anything. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna try again and try something else, and I'll see if it stays offline. If it stays offline, the date and time as it's supposed to be, automatic date and time off, then I know that they pulled out and something in the system has changed. That indicates to me that they own this phone, that they connect to this phone anytime they want, and they have root control of it. That all these things that I've been posting and talking about and making videos about are caused by them. That the MediaTek battery warning coming on was caused by them. That the new profile for the battery was caused by them. That settings and changes on the phone were caused by them. For example, my developer settings turning off, my log file size being minimized to 256, etc., etc. Many settings that I made on this phone, like for example developer options, were being turned off. For example, right in front of my eyes, they turned off. I wasn't touching the phone, it just switched off all by itself. I set the phone down on the table, I picked it up and it was off. I never did that. And they can control anything on the phone that they want. And so, for example, we can go in here, and many odd things that I've seen, like duplicates, duplicate Twitter logouts, and duplicate, Firefox browsers, duplicate, for example, like here, let's look at this. We'll look at developer here, developer, and we'll go into process stats, and device memory is currently critical. I've only been on for about 10 minutes and device is already critical. But let's go look in stat types. You can choose stat types here. You can have background, foreground, or cache. So let's go look at cached and see what's there. Downloaded, download manager. Let's go look at stat types. Let's go look at foreground. Okay, in the foreground, let's go here to recent programs. Recent programs, I've got nothing here in recent programs. I've got nothing running. Everything's turned off. I just started up my phone and I did not start Opera. And yet here, in Opera, in the foreground, Opera is showing in foreground. It flashes on and then it flashes off. Foreground apps over an hour and 38 minutes. So that may be from a previous sitting, but here, look at this, sandbox process 0 and sandbox process 2. Why is there two sandbox processes? I don't know. I don't know why that is. But weird things like that, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And when I see things like this, it's kind of like duplicates. And I kind of see things like that in Twitter. Like when I log out of Twitter, there's two Twitter accounts. When I log into an email account, I gotta press the login twice. And then I've got to press log out twice. You can clearly see in lots of my videos, I'll press like I'll stop the video like this, and I'll press the button. You can clearly see it flash, and yet the video is still playing. And then I have to hit it again. So it's like there's two GUIs, one on top of the other. One is for me, when I'm for supposedly my phone, and then the other one is for them douchebags that are attacking. And it's like that's how they attack. It's like they have a parallel operating system running beside mine. So I'm going to turn off and try something else and see if this date comes back. But anyways, this